Hello, hey, welcome to Tar with the K. I'm sick, if you haven't figured it out. I'm also in a car which I haven't filmed in for a while, and it's raining, so lots of new variables today. But anyway, I'm starting a book called, you probably heard of it, you might have heard of it, I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. I recently got the audiobook, and I want to read it before the audiobook returns to the library, so that's what I'll be doing. I don't know if there are any parts, maybe I'll just read in one go, I have no idea, but I'm starting it now, and hopefully finishing it, as I just said, before the audiobook returns. Yeah, I'll see you when I see you. I don't know when. I don't know when. Hey, so I'm still a recovering sickie, but I finished a section of I'm Glad My Mom Died, and I wanted to come over here to do a little bit of an update. Basically, the book is split up into two parts. There's one called Before and one is called After, and it's split up between before her mom died and after her mom died. Also, reading this, before I get into like more specifics, honestly, I feel a little, for lack of a better term, icky making this review, because I feel like I'm just trying to mooch off of her trauma. Like, things are happening in this book. She's being treated in a way in this book that is frankly not good. And I don't think it would be good of me not to acknowledge that I'm essentially, like, I don't know what my end goal is here. I want to talk about the book, but like at the end of the day, I'm talking about somebody else's troubles in front of a camera to gain popularity. And that's just not what I want my channel to be. So this video is going to be much shorter than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, it's I don't want to say it's pretty good so far, because it's literally like a memoir and it's literally not like a fictional story. It's interesting so far. She's such a great writer, and like this I feel like is the most vivid memoir that I've ever read. Like, it's just like scenes from her life. Like, she must have a really good memory, because like it feels like she could have written this when she was like 6. It's like so descriptive. And she also she also reads the audiobook, so that even adds another layer to it. So we've seen her like as she grows up, as she's been growing up with her mom and all her siblings, and becoming an actor because her mom wanted her to. What's interesting is that I was never like a Nickelodeon kid. I have not watched a single episode of Sam and Cat, nor iCarly. I haven't had that much exposure to her before this point. I actually wrote some notes on my phone that I want to get real quick. But yeah, I really hope she continues to pursue her writing career, because she is a pretty talented writer. She literally mentions in the book that she wrote a screenplay, like when she was really young. Her mom said that it was too similar to The Parent Trap, and it might have been, but still, that's like not an easy feat at all. Even if you're inspired by like something, that still takes pure talent to actually like sit down and write it. There's this out of context line that I'm going to read. I tuck Mike Wazowski into my pocket and go back to my Russian accent. You'll have to read the book to understand what that means. And all my other notes are just quotes from the book that I thought were interesting. But yeah, I feel like I'm really in her head. The main thing that young Jennette wants to do is just make her mom proud, and she would go to a lot of lengths in order to do that. So, although I guess I can kind of relate to that, it still obviously doesn't excuse the, like, I guess manipulation that her mother put her through. Obviously. I don't know why I said I guess. I want to continue reading it. The second part is shorter than the first, so I'll be back in a shorter amount of time. This only took me, I started this book on Sunday, I believe, so it only took me like, what, 4 days to read, like 60% of the book, so I'll probably be finished with it this weekend. But, yeah. I'll see you then. Bye. Alright, hello. I'm feeling a bit better. That's why my voice sounds a bit better. I would imagine, at least, since the last time I filmed. But I finished I'm Glad My Mom Died, and basically I owe a lot of that to my parents, because we recently went out of the state, and that meant a long car ride, and I read it during the long car ride. It was like 2.2 speed, time speed, and I just knocked it off. It's really interesting, and I appreciate how the novel split into two parts. How there's one before her mom died and after her mom died. I can really see the difference between her two, herself, I guess, in those two. In a way, I feel like she seems much more grown up after her mom dies, because she doesn't have to worry about always appearing like young to her mom in a way. But yeah, it's a really well written novel. Obviously, I really can feel her spirits no matter what age she's talking about. Like at the very beginning, when she was talking about when she was like a young person getting into acting, I could feel it, and when she was older too, I could feel it just as well. Lots of lines that I liked. It wasn't, I thought it would be kind of funnier, but there were some funny moments. One thing which I will never like get used to, I feel like, in memoirs, is the use of capital letters, like consecutive capital letters when like somebody's supposed to be shouting, just because it just, I don't know, it just feels kind of weird to me. I don't know, like, I guess one coupled with the reader, with the audiobook reader, like saying the line, it doesn't seem like that much of a difference, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's just me, but it's their book, so why should I care? What did I get out of this book? I got that it's good that I was never a child actor, although I feel like I actually thought this would spend more time on her days in iCarly. Just a little thing that I did get was enough to know that I'm lucky. I wanted to be an actor once upon a time, and no. That's okay. I'll skip. She was offered, I think it was like $300 or $200 something $1,000, $100,000 to never speak bad about the creator, who was Dan Schneider, who created iCarly or Nickelodeon, which is basically like a bribe, and she rejected it, and I really appreciate that. That's like, yeah, you can't buy her silence. This part was a bit more interesting because she went more places in the first part. Like every single scene, it seemed like, was with her mother, but now she's kind of able in the second part to be more herself and find her own voice and do things that maybe she felt that she couldn't do, or she literally could not do while her mother was alive. The last chapter really hit as well. She visits her mother's graveyard, and yeah, I quoted a lot of the last chapter, and yeah, wow, I cannot believe what she went through. I'm really glad I took a few days to read this book. I read it, if you are wondering, from October 30th to November 4th. So it only took like 5 days, or 6 days, although it feels like less, I'd say. I don't really have any other thoughts. I will give this title all its flowers, because I'm Glad My Mom Died. That is literally like one of the most eye-catching titles I've ever seen. Like, wow, it's so good. I definitely want to read more memoirs, because fiction is not where it's at all the time, because it's fake. It's important to read other people's perspectives and experiences. Although maybe I can't directly relate to them, there is something to be learned from them, just as there is with fiction books. But yeah, anybody that writes a memoir is really, like, I admire them. Like, telling your life story, or telling a part of your life story for people to read, could not be me. But yeah, thank you for watching. This is going to be the week of November 6th video. 6's video. It's going to be a shorter video this week. But yeah, that is I'm Glad My Mom Died. I was actually I wanted to return this book to the library today, and I forgot, so I guess it worked out so I could actually show it on camera. But yeah, this month is going pretty well in terms of reading. I've already read, I believe, 4 or 3 books. 1, 2, 3. I read 3. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on going. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. We have 383 subscribers, which means we only have 17 until 400, which is really, really cool. We're on the brink. We got this. Yeah, I'll see you later.